Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of Minecraft Exodus. In this episode, there's quite a few things that I plan on getting done, and although it's unlikely, someone else might end up joining us a little later in the episode. Let's just get rid of all this. As you can tell by my equipment, I have been doing a little bit of work off camera. I tried upgrading my weapons. I was just going around killing things because a bunch of stuff will end up spawning naturally, just like that things did as soon as I joined, and they drop some really good gear. Got a bunch more gear and stuff in here, and I also upgraded the storage to be able to hold things properly because we're nearly out of storage. For the most part, that's about everything I did offline. I upgraded this to a diamond, and these, I did not craft all of these. There are creatures that can spawn in game that have backpacks already on them, so if you kill them, you have a chance of getting their bag dropped like any other drop, and from those you get a free backpack. I'm just keeping some basic necessities in these. But anyway, I explored the base a little more last episode. While doing that, I found another section to the base. Also, these particles, they are from a fragile cloud. I got them inside of the desert temple that's right over there. Right over there. Inside the desert temple, there's that along with a golden apple. But anyway, someone else might have noticed it during last episode. I did not explore everything that there is to explore in this room. I noticed it in between episodes. There's another trapdoor here. Now when you go down here, there's a little prison. There's a chest behind the wall over there. Some cool decorations, another loot barrel and some stuff. And I decided down here was where I was going to make another portal. The Nether is the first thing that we are doing today. Like I said though, there are multiple things I plan on doing in today's episode. This just happens to be the first one. Oh no. So another one of those trinkets besides that cloud is something else I got that makes it so every time I run into something, I cause it damage, including things that aren't trying to attack me. So that's not that great. Amplified hearts are good. I was looking through what we can do with these types of drops, and I found these. You can make charm fragments out of them, and you can make a charm itself from those fragments. If you make a charm out of the fragments and equipped it through a charm belt, then that creature that you made the charm out of can no longer see you. Based on how last episode ended, I desperately want that for creepers. And another item that I got was this iron chest plate right. That's not the iron chest plate I am talking about. Hold on a moment. Alright, I'm back. And I did end up leaving it in a chest back at the base, but before I show off that item, I just want to explain a little bit further into how the things that I have equipped work. I have the fragile cloud, which I just showed before. Not only do I slow a little slower, I fall a little slower, I also don't take fall damage from that anymore. I got this as well from that desert temple. This lets me walk on top of the water. You can't run or anything, it's quite slow. This is the necklace that I was talking about, how it will attack and deal damage on collision to absolutely any creature. I don't know what this does. It adds a level to a spell from the Iron Spells mod. I don't really know much about that. This is also an incredibly powerful one, because these charm slots, there's only so many charms that you can have normally, but this relic lets you increase the amount of charm slots you have. That's quite nice. And this, I took it off earlier. This just makes it so that everything is ice basically, and you can also go extremely fast. So not very useful for travel. But now into the item that I ended up finding. This chest plate. This chest plate dropped off of some creature, I don't remember what. I think it might have been a husk. But this explosive damage taken is reduced by 18, physical damage is reduced by 5, 39% of durability is ignored, it has 4 extra armor, and if you see that right underneath the armor, enables elytra flight. With this item, there's no difference than if I just had an elytra. Also, you may wonder why my character looks different from the actual armor that I'm wearing. This is the mod Cosmetic Armor Reworked. This lets you choose whether you want to wear other armors and have those just for decoration, while you have your functional armors that may not look very good altogether, but still the best for what you have. That is pretty much all I've done so far. Now, Withering Archer, but I think I missed out on the chance to fight. Yeah. Oh well. This dimension, the Nether, is a lot better for getting materials than the overworld, because here you could find diamonds and whatnot like I did in last episode without having to dig really far down or anything. It's a very, very nice thing. You just gotta find where there's a bunch of netherrack, because that's the only place the ores can spawn on. Really just find a large portion of netherrack, and that's where you go mining. So yes, and just like that, you found yourself some iron, some diamonds, which are going to be very helpful for later. Yes, later this episode, these diamonds are going to be very helpful. A few things planned out for that. But, right over there. Somewhere. I can't find him. Oh, here's some more coal, but I don't need that. Let's see. I just gotta keep going into this direction, because this is the only way that's just pure netherite. I mean netherrack, not netherite. Netherite would be helpful for later episodes. This episode I do not need netherite thing. Later though, somewhat soon, I will end up needing some ancient debris. If you have not played Minecraft, or you just haven't played recently, ancient debris is a new-ish ore that you can find here in the Nether. In pretty deep portions of the Nether. They normally come in batches of like 1, 2, maybe 3 if you're lucky. And they are quite helpful for, because you can upgrade your diamond armor, and with mods there's a bunch of other recipes you can use them in. So overall they are extremely helpful for a mod pack like this. So just gonna be collecting some of this ore. The goal for being here in the Nether actually isn't ore though. The goal is to try and find a Nether fortress. Shouldn't be that difficult. Just gotta keep moving and eventually I'll probably find one. But until I find one, it will be just mining. So I might skip a little bit until I find another fortress. Until then, I'll see you guys soon. Alright everyone, I am back. I did not directly find anything that we are looking for. However, I did figure this out. This is where I am. There is this giant structure over here. I don't know what that is. However, over here, well, this would be another fortress. Let's see, anything else interesting? Yep, over here there's a bastion. And over here there's a second nether fortress. And here's actually a third nether fortress. It seems that the map is actually extremely helpful for finding the structures we're looking for, and that makes sense. So I think the first place I'm gonna go to is that bastion, actually. Though the nether fortress was the place I was trying to go to first. Bastion seems like it might be a little better to go to. Oh well. Alright, yeah, this way. See you guys when I get in proximity of it. Right, here we are. This is the bastion right here. Now, let's see. Try and only hit the brute. Rage Glove. Experience for every 3 charges from the ability Berserker Rage when they're reset experience when hit by the Spurt ability. Ability Berserker Rage. Each attack made by the wearer within 2.4 seconds of the last accumulates 1 charge in the relic's internal buffer. The player's damage also increases by 4.4% per charge, but they also take a lot more damage. If the player fails to attack within the given time to gain another charge, the relic's internal buffer is completely empty, nullifying all accumulated bonuses. Runestones as well. Let's see. Well, I guess I can just take everything because I got a big storage for a reason. Anything that I don't want, I can get rid of afterward. Some phoenix glove, nope, golden gloves. With unbreaking, that's nice. Bastion ring. More experience for everything that I kill. That is extremely important because if you don't know, I didn't really go over this last time, but the relics can upgrade, and by upgrading them, you can level up each of their abilities. I upgraded this, and from my unlimited ham thing, now if I get a potion effect that I like, I can apply it to the ham, and every time I eat it, I get the potion effect. With this, I get experience towards this for each kill. Damn it. Really? I get experience per each kill from that, And the infinite ham itself gets experience for when I use the regeneration ability and from when I use the marinade ability. However, it also gets 25% of the experience that other things get. So this thing getting experience helps upgrade the infinite ham. Did not need to do all of that. I've got those. I'm gonna immediately equip that because that's pretty good. Also gonna equip the glove. Might be helpful. Now I am not so familiar with bastions that I know where all of the golden blocks are or anything like that. Although this doesn't exactly look like a typical bastion. Yeah, just like before, I'm just gonna take everything from these places. Wonder if I can use that to get double the amount of XP, and then thus this gets double the amount of XP. Ooh, but I only have 2 ring slots. However, actually, no, no. Do I not have another ring slot in here? Nope, never mind. Let's see. Doesn't work in that ring slot, so it must go in here. That's acceptable. Plan on using that. But there we go. Now we can move on to the next part of the bastion. Hopefully there will be trials. Oh god. Oh god. I don't have any more arrows left. Just died from something. Oh, okay then. Oh, it's not that I have no arrows left, it's that I got rid of all my arrows. They're right here. Alright, let's try this again, but with a ranged weapon, because I don't have enough health to deal with him. And of course, these guys are attacking me. Oh, so these will just keep spawning. I'm actually going to need to mark this down. This will be helpful for a later episode. You get me from up here? No. Or at least not right now. Spawner. You can't tell just from me marking it as that. I plan on creating a mob farm soon. That will be quite helpful for a mob farm. Okay, that scared me for a moment. Now, does this thing still function? Okay, yes, this still functions as a regular bastion. Real question now is, did both of these get... You're at 7. You're at 28. 7 shouldn't be possible because of the 10 gained from killing the brute. So that means no. It is not possible for you to duplicate experience like that. Sadly. Alright, let's see. And my chest plate just broke. Oh no, my boots broke. Good, I'd rather it be my boots than my chest plate. Though it seems that I don't really have another piece of armor. There we go. There's a new pair of boots. And they give me a little extra speed as well. Let's grab... Oh, it's right there. Ancient debris. This is one of the things I needed. That's helpful. Alright, let's see. What is the blazing flask? Every 5 seconds of flight within scope of the ability of eternal fire. Eternal fire. Using the ability on a block creates a restricted flight zone with a maximum flight speed of 0.3 blocks per second and a height of 3.3 blocks. The area size depends on the amount of fire within the radius of 2.3 blocks around the center. But if there is no fire at all, the zone will not be created. Sounds like an alright ability. Not extremely overpowered. I have a flight ability, sort of flight ability. That's probably why it doesn't sound as impressive. Oh yes, something I just remembered. If you look into the top left of my UI, you'll see Maho 100 out of 100. That is from this mod right here. Some people might know it. I think the item that this mod is most known for is the Mystic Staff of Explosive Manic Condensation. Yeah, that word. I think that item alone is what this mod is known for. And there's a reason why. Eventually I will end up making that. Right now it's not going to be possible, sadly. But eventually it definitely will be. And if you don't know what that does, that is a rod that when you use it in a certain direction, you can set off a gigantic explosion. Okay then, now we need to go south. Nether Fortress. Alright then. See you guys when I get in proximity of the fortress. Alright. Alright, here we go. The Nether Fortress is just in sight. And just like this, and here we are. Terrible Fortress. Nether Fortresses do have a much better loot table once you start adding mods into the game. They already have a decent loot table. They can have, however, can get a whole lot better with mods. If you don't get lost, that is. Or if it's bigger than a single chest. Normally helpful. More of the Nether Fortress. Your attacks ignite fire and fire reduction by 80%. That is definitely a helpful item. What does go into the trinket slot? Let's equip that right away. Goes with my other trinkets. Alright, and let's head downstairs. Nothing over here. We've got another rage glove, or golden gloves, and a slime pearl. That is helpful because that is the slime drop version to make slimes think that you're invisible. Space dissector. One experience point for each created portal if there is no existing one. Hold right mouse button creates a portal at a point along the line of sight, releasing it within a distance of that many blocks creates a second portal in the same way. Huh. That's actually quite impressive. And an iron backpack. Always get extra stuff. Um, Slain creatures drop 25% more experience. That is extremely helpful. Oh. Centennial. Oh, I guess for opening 100 chests. Guess you can tell that I'm heavy on looting things. But anyway, let's see. Just now. I have no more. Actually, I could just probably put it in. 2 experience and 1 experience. One's growing a whole lot faster than the other. More experience in general, which is overall helpful because although these require their own experience bars, they do still take up player levels. And sometimes that is difficult to deal with. What is that? I 97 health. That thing had 97 health left after I had shot it so many times. Also, yes, I understand that was a very stupid mistake. I accidentally threw my bow at it, as if that was going to do anything to help me. Got more arrows. I'm gonna have to go back there, because I wasn't done exploring. There's still much more that could probably be found there. So I'm gonna cut back to when I make it to the Nether fortress. Alright, I'm back over here. It seems that that thing has despawned. I hope to never see it again. Because watching something that had 107 health just charge at me with an enchanted sword wasn't exactly on my wish list for Christmas this year. Let's see. Now that we've explored this entire half, we can go over here, explore this half, and hope that there's none of those things. I do hear ghast. This was a bad idea. Tessa has awoken. Oh. Yup, that's another one of them. And a netherite axe? Netherite sword? Yeah. It's a very good incentive to stay away from that end. Because I don't really feel like being absolutely annihilated by another one of those. Their blaze spawner. But it from over here. So I guess the only thing to do is just to sit here and shoot him in the face 1,000 times until he dies. One. Oh, nope. He fell. 2, 3, 4, 17. 17 attacks, and no, he did not drop anything to do with his amazing weapons. That's a bummer. Definitely a bummer. So, instead of continuing to care about the fact wonderful. Kept falling, and then my cloud screwed me over, so it wouldn't let me stop. Oh. So there's a bastion in that direction. That there is, I believe. This is actually an ability from this. I just found out about the recognition. Make piglins neutral to relations to the wearer. The nearest piglin will indicate the location of a bastion nearby. So, in that direction, there is a bastion. So, of course, that's the direction I'm going to next. Ow. I'm failing horribly at this thing back. I think I prefer just shooting ghasts rather than trying to hit something. Alright, so now that we've looted this thing, I'm gonna go back to the base to finish what the rest of this video will be. There are actually two more things to get done in this video. One of them is to upgrade my storage. You may see it over here. There are upgrades that you can add to the actual bags themselves right here. For example, the stack upgrade can make it so that instead of having, well, actually, you can see it down there at the bottom. Count 1 out of 1 for the golden pickaxe. With a diamond stack upgrade, you can have 8 of a single thing in a single slot. So I could have 8 golden pickaxes in one slot. Or 8 stacks of iron in a single slot. It's an extremely helpful and extremely powerful tool for storage. And of course, there's also one for the barrels and chests, but currently haven't made any chests, so those aren't one of the things that I plan on doing. There's also a smelting and crafting upgrade. There's also a tank upgrade for the backpack, which will help me have liquids inside my bag. Crafting and smelting for the barrels as well. Other than that, there's one more thing that I plan on doing today. However, I will not say what that is until we've actually gotten to it. I'm also not entirely sure we will have enough time to do it. But until then, let's just head our way back to base. Alright then, here we are back at base. Now we can just quickly dump everything from our inventory into, actually, not everything, because I need upgrades. I cannot fit everything in just these 3 barrels. Instead, let me grab the diamonds. I've got a decent amount of diamonds now. Should hopefully be enough. 70, 72. Good. Okay, yes. There is enough diamonds and a little extra. However, other than diamonds, I also need a lot of gold and iron. Both of these upgrades are extremely expensive. More expensive than anything else that I have crafted or found. The other materials in here? Nope. No. No. Anything else in here? Alright, so let's just get all this smelted real quick. Alright, just like that. And these need to be crafted into blocks, I believe. These base components, I need string, leather, and iron. I know that I've got all of those materials. I spent a lot of time collecting them for backpacks, of course. Right there. Let's start out with a base. Create, oops. One. I'm gonna need a decent amount of these. Do these require the same base? Yes, they do. So let's. No, they don't. I'm gonna need 4 of these ones and 3 of the other kind. The other kind requires some. This one I'm gonna need 5 of. I need more planks. There. Now I've got all the things I need for that. All the basic components are done. Let's start out with the easy ones. Redstone and a furnace. Redstone. There. And smelting upgrade. This one is pretty much the exact same. Crafting upgrade. A chest and a crafting table. There's a crafting table. Although it seems I don't have any chests. I do see these, but I don't think that these will work for the recipe. They should. Yeah. Could work. I don't remember the recipe. Apparently I do remember the recipe. Go me. Any extra wood? No. I'll be right back. I'm gonna go grab some trees downstairs. Or actually I might have other kinds. Two logs. And okay, yeah, so I'm gonna have to go downstairs and grab some trees. Be right back. Alright, I'm back. I grabbed some dead logs from the nearby forest. Let's just grab a single one. I just need a crafting table right now. There. of these. Is that the one that I need? Yes, that's the one that I need. Alright, there we go. And this one needs glass. First, let's just try to grab all of these upgrades. Now, smelting upgrade adds a smelting tab right here so I can smelt things right in my inventory. Crafting upgrade, now I've got a crafting table right here. Let's see, smelting and crafting table as well. I can turn the smelting on and off if I wanted to. That's a cool feature. But now what's next is going to be creating these. Need more iron blocks. Or that gets me one of those. Which I then need more gold blocks for. Should have grabbed those from the bastion. Yeah. Well, let's see for now. Need more iron for this. But for the regular stack upgrade, I need logs. Stack upgrade 1 requires log. I have logs. There's logs for that. I'm gonna need multiple of these. Then from there, I just need a bunch more iron. Oh. There's the iron. Don't know why it's restricted. Oh. So it seems that I'm missing one iron ingot to be able to craft another one of these, which is a bit disappointing. But for now, I guess I'll just have to move on from it. Those, and this requires 2 diamond blocks. Alright, there is a tier 4 stack upgrade. However, that things should have in here. If I just do that real see some of the effect of that. Create these because back out because I'm gonna need to upgrade it. But no, I don't. Fix it later. And I guess you can have multiple upgrades, same kind, at once. It's helpful. Not needed currently. But now, that's where I'm gonna leave this off. At the beginning of the next episode, I am gonna have enough resources for the other upgrades, just to have those out of the way. Until then, there's one more thing that I have planned for today. See if I can sleep through and get rid of all this rain first. Nope, no I cannot. Alright, instead of caring about that, I'm just gonna continue anyway. So, the thing that I have planned for the rest of this episode is going to be fighting a dragon. That's right, I plan today to fight a dragon. Specifically, there. it has been a major pain in the ass this entire time. Fighting a dragon's not the main reason though. I don't really need the resources that I can drop. Instead, I need something inside of its nest. This dragon shouldn't be here. I've not seen it flying around once. I'm just gonna assume the dragon's not here. So I can just grab the loot from the chest real quick, just by hopefully it won't be aggroed and come back when I grab the loot though. I did grab the loot from one of the chests. Back. Yeah. It's very much so back. One doesn't have any of what I was trying to grab. Yeah, it's, oh god. Okay, fighting a dragon seems to be out of the realm of possibilities. Seeing as how that one just had 217 health. Killed me in 3 attacks. So, the more I think about that, that doesn't really seem like a possibility for something I can do anymore. I'm gonna go back there and try and get from the chests what I killed me. You just, okay, yeah. Go to sleep. These manuscripts. That is my goal for coming to Dragon's Nest. Oh no. Okay, anyway, I got what I came there for. I don't have a reason to go back. Manuscripts can be crafted into bestiary. Definitely saying that incorrectly, but oh well. Bestiary can be used. I did find from one of the chests that was already open. I did find a manuscript already, some manuscripts already before. But from those manuscripts, I also need planks. So I guess I could just use the wood. Realize I had these there. Now I have a lectern. With the lectern, at least this one. I don't know how big this is, so okay, so yeah, it can just fit right there. And I put the manuscripts in. Now, lightning dragons, that dragon that I was just killed by was a lightning dragon. Go into the bestiary now, as the introduction that it came with, and the lightning dragon that I just before learned. Lightning dragons, in their nests they have copper, and in the underground ones they have amethyst. Shoot a lightning breath, just straight lightning, lightning ball, some sort, yeah, ball of lightning, and the dragon's bite. Note that this is a sort of blast, I guess. The dragon bite can sweep with its legs. I mean, its tail is a tail slam. These are the 5 stages. In the last episode, I described that dragons have 5 different stages in their life. The newborn, this is stage 1 right here. After stage 1, it's kind of like a prepubescent, and this is still, I believe, smaller than what will spawn naturally. Then there is the kind of adolescent. This is what you will find naturally above ground. These final 2 you'll find below ground. And these final two are able to drop eggs if they're female. The fourth one is stage 4. This is kind of like an adult dragon. And the stage 5, you can see the horns have grown much further. The scaling is much darker. This is a tier 5 maxed out dragon that's like an elder. Let's see. Yeah. Here's just explaining the different stages. Stage 3 is final teenage form, 4 is mature adult, 5 is they're truly terrifying animals and they're able to deafen their and instill fear into their enemies. You can find these to create whatever this is for some reason. And here is the end game of Ice and Fire. If you get a lightning dragon and you use the scales, you can create one of these, a forge. Forge, you can create lightning steel, in which case you can create lightning steel armor and whatnot. However, I will not go into further detail about that until much later time. Specifically, when I get one more manuscript and obtain the Dragon Forge part of the theory. For some reason that is perfectly aligned to be next. Anyway. Enable those. Looks better that way. And let's see. I want to get into the nest of a dragon that's not home. That clearly might be a bit difficult. This way there should be a lightning. So that would be I'll be back. Why are there so many pirate captains? I'll be back. I'll be back. I'll be back. Really hoping I'd be able to pick these up. There we go. So that's how I will end up taking them for my spawner that I will end up creating. The wither skeleton skull. Don't need CD discs or chipped stuff. There. I'll be back. All right, there we go. Successfully escaped. Don't need that. There are some frogs. If I remember correctly, that is vanilla Minecraft. My sword. Well, actually, it seems from stacking those, they got rid of their apothic attributes. The attributes being like the on-hit inflict stuff and the extra draw speed and arrow pierce. Take that one for now. this is a lot of storage crates. And mine colony stuff. Those I do plan on making an episode featuring just strictly a bunch of that the mine colonies advancements. So be sure to stay tuned for that. Just seems like a bunch of food. More mine colonies. Shipped. Blood. There are a lot of storage crates here. Another one. Oh. That's another one of those at a higher quality. Mine is. You are able to re-roll them to get a better quality. It's just that that also costs a lot of experience. Probably won't go more into detail about those until I've created the mob farm and can properly go into the without much issue about getting the XP. Building first. Round belt. Died on a. Might as well take it anyway. Lucky rock. Breaking stone-like blocks has a 5% chance of obtaining precious things. I wonder if that works with vein miner. If it does, that's a lot more powerful than it seems, instead of needing to break 20 blocks regularly for a possibility of something. Vein miner lets you break 20 all at once. So if it does work properly with lets you break 60 blocks all at once. Theoretically, every time you break something with vein miner, you would get precious things, whatever it decides as precious. I'll save everyone from a golem impression of saying precious. That's not a dragon, but I don't know what that is. Oops. Sorry. You don't dislike me for that, right? Good. Also can take the waystone. Haven't yet used those, but the waystones let you teleport to different waystones you've created. So if you activate a bunch of I'm just stuck. Okay. Right, anyway. I think that's where I'm gonna end up ending this episode. If you've enjoyed, please feel free to leave a comment down below. If you have any suggestions you'd like, any ideas you want me to try out, go ahead, let me know, and I'm more than happy to try anything out. Anyway, I'll see you guys next time.